Ladies and gentlemen,
Bros and hoes.
last night we had a lyric contest where we had a bunch of Facebook contestants submit some lyrics for us to judge based on length, originality, style, and creativity. Our first submission was by David Jones, where I think he had a little bit too much of a length and a little bit too random. Now on the bright side, it had some good rhymes, and what do you think? I
think it was good. It was a little too long. I think one of the criteria I based it on was a little off subject. It was hard to follow in the last 3/4 of it. I couldn't really. It was just a random rhythm. I think it was.
Yeah.
Just more a little bit random. But on the good side, I thought it was very intricate. I thought what he used was very intricate, and it was very. I think it was intuitive with what he was trying to get at, and very detailed too. But at the same time, on the con, I think it was a little bit more too detailed than I wanted it to be. I thought it should be. And that's where I kind of gave a little deduction on that one. Mm-hmm. So.
Now, Trey, you have worked with David in a couple of songs and in the studio as well. What do you think of what you've come across with his lyrics?
I mean, everything was on point to the end. Like, everything is Dejo. He just got a little off subject, you know what I'm saying? Like, things just didn't really flow the way they should have. Mm. And like I said, like he said, you said, everybody said it, the length, it was just too long. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It should have been 8 bars, 6 bars, but he made it a little over a 16, if not a 16. So
it was definitely too long.
Yeah.
And I also want to point out that I didn't like how he pointed out a couple of people's names.
Oh, yeah.
It's okay if you're in a rap battle. That's kind of the point. It's a battle, but this is more of a lyric contest, not a rap battle. And I think a lot of our contestants actually kind of got confused there and kind of was aiming it at people, and it's not really what this is about. So I have knocked off a few points for that. Other than that, overall, it was pretty good. Anything else you'd like to say about David Dejo Jones, or would you like to go on to the next one?
Yeah, I'd like to say one thing. Boy, stop starting off so damn dark. Put some light into that mug, man. Come on, man.
Too Batman-ish.
On the Chris Daily, it was short, and that was a good thing. It wasn't too short, but it was at a decent length to where it would qualify under the length category.
Right.
On some of Chris's parts, it ended up kind of getting off subject, and that was kind of confusing for the reader. A lot of these I want to be able to read, and I'm not really a rapper, but I understand rhythm. I am a producer. And a lot of these I would like to be able to pick up and kind of start rapping myself. And I just, at the beginning I kind of could, and it kind of just died off. Yeah. Travis, what do you think?
Yeah, I put it a little tad too short, just a tad too short. It was close to the criteria that I was kind of looking for, but I didn't see enough expression in detail. I wanted to see a little bit more detail in the whole piece itself. But I think it was very good, and it had a lot of down-to-earth kind of type, subject on it, and it was good wording. I thought he worded everything pretty good, and it was decent. I liked it. So.
All right.
Me, man, the verse feel like it was more of a freestyle. Like he stayed on topic up to a certain part, then it just kind of rambled towards the end. Like I'm not biased toward dude. I don't know him. I never met him, but me being an artist just didn't stay on topic. Mm-hmm. Didn't stay with what he wanted to say.
Ken Warner. He done a great job. I really like it. It's funny, and I think that's why he was more into this, was to be funny, not really compete, but just to get a few laughs out there. And I think that's where he went. Now, I really liked his lyrics, and I liked how they flowed. It was way too short, and I think for me that's mainly what, and it being too short is probably my only negatives for him.
Yeah, I think it was way too short. I mean, you needed just a little bit more length on that one. And I think another thing too, it was very good in the beginning, but it needed a little more complex kind of a subject on that one, because it kind of strayed off to random, easygoing stuff. I think it was very a little too simple for my liking, but it was very likable. On the good side, I think it's a very likable type of combination that he put in there, and that's Ken anyway. So like
definitely
how you like him. Then I think the subject itself fits in the type of era that we all know as music today, and I thought it was pretty good.
So pretty cliche with it.
Yeah.
Which cliche can be good. Tristan?
Me?
Right.
When I got the lyrics, it was I immediately started busting out laughing when I got the Ken one. Like, that's some funny stuff. Like, I wasn't expecting that at the same time.
You kind of were.
Yeah, Ken is a joking guy, so I kind of did expect that from him. But like everybody says at this table, it's way too short and really don't have no topic to what he's trying to say or what.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I loved him. He was very funny, very funny.
All right, on to Jordan Brewski. It was a really good one. What I really liked about it was how it had its own character. It wasn't cliche. Even though cliche can be good, it wasn't your original rap. It was kind of more personal and more down to earth with the person Jordan is. And I really liked that. It was a good length. I liked the length. It wasn't too short, it wasn't too long. It was right in that middle. Travis.
I think the topic that he had, out of all these contestants, I think he had a very good topic. He stayed on his topic. What he talked about was, I thought was very nice how he kept with the flow and everything. I didn't really find much rhythm though. It kind of bounced around the rhythm for me, but he used a lot of pride and confidence in that piece right there, which I think that's important when you're doing this stuff. And it was short but sweet. I think it fell in the criteria very well. And I really like Jordan's piece.
I did
a lot.
Trey?
I enjoyed this piece. Like, it was original. He stayed on topic, and I feel like he actually kind of lived the way he wrote.
Yeah, I like that.
I respect music like that more than the glorified life that you think you want to live. So
yeah.
I like his a lot too. So I enjoy this. Reminds me of Wiz Khalifa a little bit.
I also, for whoever's viewing this, whether you're just some random person on Facebook, YouTube that has got a hold of this, or one of the artists that submitted, you can find the lyrics. You can just go to facebook.com/GKP Studios. And as of right now, it's the latest until I upload this video. So if you just want to check out all the lyrics, they're all posted with the artist's name on there, and even links, maybe, I believe. No, I don't know if they linked or not. But all the artists are up there if you just want to go over and kind of read about it. To the next person, Patrick Daly. I know Patrick's character a lot more than these other two do, so I'm going to go ahead and throw out my opinion. It is definitely Patrick. Now, he did kind of fall out on the length. It is way too long. We got enough lyrics here to probably do a whole song if broken down right, minus the hooks, of course. But not dogging it too much, it flowed very well. I could actually sit here, and knowing how Patrick does rap, I could sit here and rap it.
Yeah.
But
what do you think about it? I mean, it was just.
Well, I thought about it. It was dope. Like he had some dope rhymes all the way up until he got to the length. The rules were simple, man. Yeah. And he just went overboard. Like, I don't know him. I never met him, but what he has here is it's good. But you know, it kind of threw me off when he mentioned a rapper's name. How you gonna hate somebody when you never met them?
And I agree with Trey there. I'm going to say that, you know, the same with David's. David Dajo Jones. You know, granted, the ones that David wrote was a little bit more personal people, not no one famous. The one that Patrick wrote was famous, but still just to kind of single them out in your lyrics when you really don't know them or have any kind of connection with them at all. I don't personally agree with that.
Yeah, same here. I think, man, I thought that other than, you know, that whole situation, the words in itself and the way it flew, like with the whole his whole piece was, I loved it. I thought it was great. Just too dang long. I mean, it's way too long. And I think when in this type of category with 8 contestants and you have to be simple, like you said, the rules are simple. Stay within the category. Stay within that criteria. Keep it short, not too short. Keep it, you know, within 8. What do you say? 8 to 16 bars.
6 to 8, 12, depending on how you write.
6 to 64. I mean, it's just you have to.
Depends on how fast you're spitting.
It's like reading a story in a book. So.
Right. And I think, man, if you just cut it in half, I would have liked it a lot more. But other than that, I think it was very good. I think the piece itself was really good, and the flow was great. So.
All right, next we have Justin Bradford. Really good. I used to work with Justin back in the day when he was first starting, and wow, he has improved. There is its little bits there where it seems kind of confusing, but for the most part, I can actually read it and be able to rap it to a beat. I can read it to a beat, I feel like. It's really good, perfect length. You know, I liked it. I mean, I don't got a lot to good or negative to say. It's very neutral. It definitely fell under each category.
Right. I think that's what a lot of people kind of overlooked in this competition was if I was able to pick up your piece and get on the mic and explain it and say it myself. And a lot of these, there's no way possible I could do that. I mean, with Justin Bradford's, I could go right now on the mic and lay you down a verse. I mean, it's I think the detail needs to be a little more intuitive with what he's going with, but I think the flow itself was terrific. The flow just went right together. I was able to understand it, and the rhymes I love the rhymes. I gotta give you props on that. The rhymes were great, and that's usually what I try to do when I do my lyrics and write words. I think my rhymes are clever, and I think your rhymes are on the same kind of line, the same boundary, and I really dug it.
Trey?
Justin Bradford, I ain't never met him, but from what I'm hearing from you both, he's pretty good, and he came a long way, possibly, you know what I'm saying? So, what I'm seeing on the paper, I like it, fell under all the criteria, like, you know what I'm saying, everybody's been saying.
Next on the list, we have Will Foster. Now, I hear that he's your cousin, but hopefully that won't favor anything.
No, it won't.
Now, what I think about Will's is I like how he spaced out between his bars. You know, it made it really easy to read. There is one part midway through that kind of confused me, but after looking at it, it kind of just looks like he double times it a little bit to kind of catch him back up on rhyme, which makes sense to me. But at first, you know, to anybody it might confuse them. But that's why, you know, we have a producer and two artists judging these, so we kind of get a basic idea of where everyone's standing from. I really liked it, had good rhymes in it, and I like a lot of it. I could rap it if I wanted to. I could put it to a beat easy. But like I said, the thing I really didn't like is just how at first it kind of confused me, which it could probably be fixed a little bit better. But I think with all the slashes that he has, dividing it up into commas, after looking at it for a second, it kind of comes together in pieces pretty well.
Right.
Travis?
Yeah. I think it was a terrific piece of writing. It was superb. It was clever. I think the whole thing about this piece was absolutely clever. You could almost pick his brain. You know, you see different things in there. It's like, you know, I think a lot of things what I used to do when I, writing stuff, you always try to think of things that when people hear them, you hear that, and then you don't catch it till 2-3 verses later. You're like, oh wow, he just said that. So, and I could see this guy doing that, and I think it's a great. I mean, I love it. You know, it was too short, a little too short. I think it should have went on a little further. I would like to have read a little bit more of what he had to say. The only downfall I have is almost he did a little bit too much detail with certain words, but other than that, I mean, it was on point. I really liked it.
Trey?
Yes, he is my cousin, but I loved how he organized it, but I ain't gonna lie, I lost him towards the end. I worked with him numerous times on songs, well, as far as writing, but hasn't recorded them yet. But this is pretty much Will, how he writes, but at the same time, he does kind of draw a vivid picture a little too much just for this type of competition. Like, I don't know. I like it. And he wrote exactly the amount that he said earlier that day on Facebook, 8 bars. But still.
And another fact, I mean, cut you off, I did like how he spaced them out a little bit and gave a little bit more. He thought about how us as perspectors we're going to read that, and I was able to catch on to the the slashes and the commas, and I was able to understand it a lot more rather than, you know, something to and not no periods, no punctuation, nothing. So I really like that, how he did that. That was big for me.
But me personally, I was looking for ill will. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was looking for. That's what I was expecting, was ill will. But I didn't get that. I got Will Foster on this one, so I'm good with that one.
Alright, that's it for Will Foster. Eric King, he has Samson. I hope I said that right. Sorry if I didn't. A little bit lengthy, but not too bad. Not as bad as some of the other submissions. But I liked it. There was this parts that confused me. Correct me if I'm wrong. Please leave a comment below. But is thrice a word? If it is, I'm sorry. But for now, it don't seem like a word to me. I'm going to go ahead and knock off some points because I don't feel like, as an artist, you should always kind of just make up a word. But other than that, it was really good. It stayed within the time. I could read it to where I could rap it. Yeah, I'd really like to hear some of your music. Trey says you're out of St. Louis. He's met you at a show.
Yes.
Really curious to meeting you, and I'd like to hear some of your music. Just you can send it to my website, GKP Studios, for the Facebook. But other than that, you know, that was probably my biggest pet peeve in this, and that's all for me. Travis?
Yeah. You know, you say you're close to your length. I thought the length was perfect. Great length. But I liked how it was in your face and personal. That's key for me.
So back to go ahead and name off all the contestants that we had. We had David Dajo Jones, Chris Daly, Ken Warner, Jordan Brewski, Patrick Daly, Justin Bradford, Will Foster, and Eric King has Sampson. All done very great jobs, and we thank you for submitting. But unfortunately, we are going to have to pick only 4 out of the 8. They were all great. I wish we could pick them all, but that's not how competition works. So we're going to pick 4, and that goes into the next competition.
Like I said, that twist, I think a lot of them really didn't
Expect
see it
it
coming.
Yeah.
Because it was a good, I think it's a good thing because it's going to advance the best 4, in our opinion. And to use a little bit more of a different kind of aspect, and we'll maybe put a category or certain criteria that you can follow to get a little bit more better feel for what's going to be said. And I think it'd be a good twist. And like I said, unfortunately, it really sucked because there are songs that I had, we just had to cut. That's, you know, got to be there. So.
And I had a little something to add to that. I saw what Tyler added to the winner of the contest, and I felt like I should make it a little more interesting by adding a verse with me on the song, or however you want to work that, and you have a chance to perform that at any show that I do, and that might lead to more shows for you as an artist. So I feel like that will make the competition a little more interesting. So that's how I went ahead and added that in.
All right. Well, unfortunately, we are running out of time. So everyone did a great job, but only 4 of you can be the winner. The first one I picked was Will Foster. He did very good. Had his issues, but we think he was in the criteria enough and had the good enough lyrics understanding to where we think we could pick him for one of the 4.
Good job.
Alright, next we have is Justin Bradford. Congratulations, Justin.
Yeah.
Man.
Justin has improved a lot from when I first started with him, especially lyric-wise. I definitely would like to get him into the studio more often to get some more music from him. Now, number 3 is Jordan Brewski. I personally chose Jordan because I liked the originality he had. It was him, it was different from everybody else's, it was his own thing. He kept it short, simple, not too short, and it just flowed. It flowed very well, and I liked that, and I think it definitely deserved to be one of the 4. Eric King, he has Samson.
Yeah, it was very, very difficult. That last one was tough. But like I said, I think that at the end of our choices, I think the criteria played a huge role in our decision, and I know it did for mine. So,
well, that is it today. Congratulations to all the winners. For all the people that did not win, better luck next time. Do not give up. This should not be a downer for you. This should be an influence to do better and to get out there more. No. Be sure to go check out GKP Studios at Facebook.com, at YouTube.com, to check out any videos that we got of these artists. And be sure to go check out Trey STL at ReverbNation.com. That is it for today. Thank you. And after the show, we'll have a little mini thing for a new web series that we will be doing on YouTube. I'd like you all to join. Thank you and good night.
What's out of the world? This your boy Trey STL, man. I'm the new host of the new Rap School 101, man. Y'all better see y'all there, man. Got a lot of hot tips about the info. Special guests come through to enjoy. Let's get it.